Hi, everybody. Brian T. Bradley here, asset protection attorney. And, I'm sure you've heard some of the videos that we've been talking about in the educational videos or heard me talk on, bigger pockets or millennial investing and a bunch of other investment shows. This is going to be a quick video, but it's going to be an important one. And this one, I'm going to talk real quick about immigration or visa statuses and setting up an asset protection plan. And so this is actually a very big and important topic to understand when you're dealing with protecting a client's assets, when they're not actually citizens, or they're what's called like undocumented aliens, and they're only here in the US on a work visa status. And a few common ones are EB1 visas, and you get this a lot with hospital doctors and employees coming from like Canada or India, or the tech field, as well as L1A visas. And the issue is that they're living in the United States and their visa status is limited. The status is limited to being legally in the United States solely as an employee for one specific employer. And this is where it's important to understand for asset protection purposes. The limitation that the visa status sets is that they can only be here sponsored for one employer. Okay. But now they're here, they're working as like doctors or in the tech field, they're making this money, good money, they're buying their personal residence here, they're starting to invest in rental properties. So now they're starting to get assets, and as they're getting these assets, they're realizing, oh, hey, I also have risk in these rental properties or whatever else I'm investing in. And so they want to protect themselves from lawsuits and liability. And so then they call you asking you, what can you do to protect my assets? What you need to understand is that their visa status has limitations on what they can and cannot own and what they can and cannot even invest in, particularly in employment visas like EB1 and L1 visas. Okay. The problem is that they don't allow or permit a visa holder to own business organizations or even a controlling interest in them, like even up to like 25%, like LLCs or limited partnerships, or any type of business organizations, S Corps, C Corps, whatever, because they're solely limited on working for the employer's sponsor, like the hospital or the tech firm that brought them in. And so what we end up doing is you're going to violate their visa terms, or you're going to make them out of compliance, and they're going to be no longer in the United States legally. So though you thought you did a good thing trying to, place those rental properties and assets in an LLC or a limited partnership to protect them from creditors and potential lawsuits, you just destroyed their visa status. And so what you need to do is actually work in tandem with their immigration attorney or an immigration attorney so that you know what the limitations of that specific visa status is and what they can and cannot own and invest in, as well as what control percentage they can and cannot have. And then once we know that, we know what we can and cannot do with them. And then we can start working within those limitations to protect the assets that they do have. So you don't negatively affect their visa status and then possibly even get sued for malpractice. So it's an important thing to understand, especially in today's modern world where we're starting to bring in, other individuals, employees from other countries on different visa statuses. It's just, I get this call a couple times, at least a month, with high net worth doctors and investors. And they're just trying to figure out what to do, but we need to understand how do we work to protect their assets within the parameters of the limitations of their visa status. So again, Brian T. Bradley, asset protection attorney. I work also as up counsel with Laudmill & Laudmill, as well as an advisory board member and lead attorney of the Asset Protection Council. Feel free to reach out to me for questions, www.btblegal.com, or just shoot me an email, Brian, BRIAN at btblegal.com. And I hope this quick video was helpful for you to understand another amazing, little piece of the puzzle of asset protection. Thanks and have a great day.